Before this video starts, I want to give a huge shout out to Ed Papp from Turbo Dodge Trans Shop and Tom Massel from the Turbo Dodge community. Both have helped me tons through the process of working on this transmission. No matter how this project turns out, I am grateful for their support and knowledge. Both Ed and Tom have incredible knowledge on these transmissions, which has made this journey so much easier to take. I don't work on transmissions, so with their guidance, this has been a lot easier for me to do this method. Normally, this would be a situation where I'd have to buy something or just kind of give up on it, but I decided to go to build this transmission myself just to see if I could learn how to do it, and with the help of these two, it's been so much easier. Thanks again to you two.
Alright, pretty much got the entire case torn down other than the governor there. The governor bolts are on the strip, so I'm not sure I'm going to take those off. Otherwise, I got transfer gears off, diff out. It's pretty much all torn apart. Here's all the garbage. It is just disgusting. Like, there's actually not rust on this. This is just, it looks like someone threw toilet paper into the motor or transmission anyway. Surprisingly, most of the bearings look fine. Like, they don't have excessive wear on them. They spin fine. They're not overspinning. They don't have flat spots on them. They're not, you know, falling apart by any means. The bushings look good in it, and most of the O-rings look good. So surprisingly, this disgusting death trap is just carboned. I don't know. I'm not sure how it is this nasty and not just wrecked. I guess this stuff just never flaked off into the moving parts or anything. Strangely, behind one of the solenoids here, there was a big ol' piece of silicone rubber, maybe? Oh, I don't know what that was. Whatever it was just sitting behind all the solenoids. Anyway, that's cool. Here's the rest of the transmission. I need to kind of oil some of the stuff up, but here's all the little pieces that go in that transmission there. So far, after looking at most of the stuff, it all looks perfectly fine. If you look at the copper bearings, they actually look pretty good. They're not all chewed up or anything. All the teeth on plant gears are good. The sun gears are good. The pump looks questionable on the splines, but whatever. The diff looks good, and yada yada yada. So the next thing I need to do is I'm gonna go clean up that case, and then I'm gonna tear apart the other transmission and see what I can put in there. Because if you look at that pump there, that's a funky looking pump compared to what the new one is. So I'm going to do probably a video showing off the differences between these two generations of transmission, just to give you guys an idea of what kind of changed, as if it matters. But let's get to work on cleaning. Right now I'm putting the diff together. So this is the 31TH diff, as you can tell by the giant solid pin instead of the roll pin in there. And I'm going to put these bat wings on it. Now Rock Auto doesn't have these listed for this transmission, but they're for the A604. The same part even says so in the description, so I don't know why they didn't include that. But all you gotta do is put it right there, and it just covers a little diff pin. Put them on both sides, so if it starts slipping out, because sometimes they do, that's why there's a pin here, and that pin might break, and then that sucker likes to walk its way out. My parents actually had a transmission that this actually walked out and started carving the case up. Now eventually they will break through the case, but I'm just stopping that now because these cost like $4 for a set. Super duper cheap. And yeah, so I guess I'll time lapse this. Installing the one-way clutch right now, and it has all these little pieces of springs and whatnot that use it for a one-way. Well, this goes upside down in there, so you got to keep the spring still. So I'm putting engine assembly lube on there. Hopefully it doesn't do anything bad to it, but I guess we'll see. I'm gonna flip this upside down there and get the rest of this assembled and go from there. Alright, so that wasn't working out, and the reason why is, if you look in here how those have to sit, there's actually a small detent right here where the bearing needs to sit. And what's happening is the spring wants to be compressed outward, and it's pushing the bearing out here. So it needs to be compressed. So you need something to hold everything in place, and as you slide it down, push itself out, kind of like a guide. And this is actually how it's described in the factory, or the ATSG or whatever manuals. So I'd have to make a tool. Well, enter duct tape. It's just a roll of duct tape shoved in there, so it's all in place. So I'm gonna put the springs and the bearings in, and I'm gonna push this whole thing over that, and that'll push out the duct tape roll, and we'll try that. I don't have a tripod or anyone to help me record this, so you're just gonna find out if it works or not. This is kind of ridiculous how well this is working. Dang. Oh my god, it actually worked. Alright, I think I'm gonna try to use the newer style valve body. I might just have to cut this up and make this a block off plate, since there's nowhere for this fluid to go, or I don't know if it's going into it or shooting out of it, but either way, this doesn't exist on the other end. There's no hole for this to go to, so I might cut that off, make a block off plate. Going with the full manual valve body kit. I don't know if this kit's any good. Some people like it, some people don't. I'll try it out. I've got plenty of valve bodies, and then if I want to use a newer one, I can go to the junkyard. There's plenty of those there. Super easy to get. Anyway, the instructions say I need to grind this down to 1.187 inches. So let's get to grinding. Alright, so it says 1.187, I believe, and this is 1.43. That's a lot to be cutting off, but let's get at it. On to step 2, where we got to cut off 3 sides of the what do they call this? Shift valve train and the governor plug. Let's get to cutting. Slowly but surely. I'm at the point where I just need to properly space out the clutch packs, slap them bad boys in, and then put the pump on and put a torque converter on, and we're good to go. We're on the way home. All right. What a pain. Sorry this is taking so long. I know this is probably going to be a long video and tons of skipped over footage and just zero context what's going on, but I have zero idea what I'm doing. I mean, I've learned a lot. I could probably build this better next time, kind of like I did my first engine. The first engine I built, I haven't ran it before, but I learned a lot of theory around what I should and should not do while building an engine, and this is exactly that with transmission. Anyway, let me show you guys what's up. Alright, so here's what's going on the inside. I've got it all together. Got the accumulator all set up with the shift kit's metal seals in it, which is kind of strange. You'll see I've tested all this, so everything's engaging. I've tested the front and rear clutches, so these two passages I believe go apply the pistons in here and here. All good. This one's good. That's good. And I've tested the passages going to the pumps. So this goes to the torque converter here, and then this goes inside the, I think, the lockup. But all good. So I think I'm going to get this all put together and cry a little bit. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so here's one of the last pieces I need to work on. This is on the 31TH Neon ones, there's this little piece that feeds part of the case coming off the valve body. This piece does not exist in the old transmission, so there's nowhere for this to go. So I'm going to cut this off right here, and I'm going to TIG weld it closed or braze it or something, just so it's not leaking all over the place. Or I could make my own block off plate, but I don't think I have anything around here or skilled enough to do anything right now, so I'm just going to cut this off and weld it. Alright, I'll be 100% honest, lady and gentlemen. I can't figure out how to get my TIG welder working right, so MIG welder it was. Doesn't look like it was ever a hole there. Shoo, cool. Time to throw this bad boy on. And it's all good to go. Valve body's in. Got that all welded up like I said I was going to. Got the filter in. I added a little hole for the side here and tapped it with a 1/4 inch NPT so I can adjust the pressure line right here with a hex key. So I just need to finish up putting a little all the other stuff on the outside of the case and the shifter and stuff, and I need to adjust this band here, then I'm all good to go. And I'm also painting the pan red because why not? I didn't prime it or anything, so it's probably gonna flake off, but I don't know, just a little celebratory, hey, I did something, let's mark this red. Kind of matches the car. Yeah. Okie dokie, and it's all done. So this will probably be the end of this video, and next video I guess I'll be shoving this bad boy in. I'll be sticking on the engine here and then dropping the whole assembly in like that. So let's see how that goes. Until next time.